So Mattel going above and beyond. I know. You're like, what? What are they? No, I'm kidding. They're not. They're not. Wicked Dolls with obscene website URL back on store shelves at Universal Studios or Universal Orlando. So, what was it, a month ago or whatever? So Wicked comes out. They have these Barbie-like dolls of, this chick's character, Afaba, and Ariana Grande's character. And on the box it says wicked.com, you know, thinking that, people are going to see it. And it's like, oh, it's a website for the movie. No, no, it wasn't. Um, they were expecting to go to the website. So this is what they were supposed, or not that. That's what it was sent them to. This is what it was supposed to send them to, the actual website. But instead, it sent them to this. It sent them to that. A adult site, because they didn't want to take 2 seconds to make sure that the packaging that was supposed to have wickedmovie.com printed on the back, they didn't want to take the time to make sure that it said wickedmovie.com. Instead, they're like, yep, good to go. So during a recent trip to Universal Orlando Resort's new Wicked merchandise store, Park Plays discovered that the theme park is still selling misprinted merchandise that originally directed children to a graphic website. Someone altered the merchandise to cover the misprinted URL, but determined shoppers can still uncover it. The doll in question resembles a Barbie-type Mattel doll depicting the characters from the Smash Universal film, including Afaba, Glinda, and Nessarose. The original packaging featured a misprinted website that directs buyers to an obscene website, prompting a mother to file multi-million, it's like $5 million, I think, multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Mattel for emotional distress, which I kind of said that, it's still bad. It's still bad, but when if the child did go to the site, they would have just seen the screen that you guys saw. So if she actually saw, because I read what the woman said, she's full on, intercourse and boobs and this and that. The only way that would be seen is if someone was subscribed to it. Because if you go through the site as you like, just not subscribed, it's relatively tame. You're not seeing any nudity or anything. It's all basically like, think of softcore. It's below softcore. So there was nothing. So the only way this young child would have seen something like full on nudity was if someone was subscribed, if like her father or whoever was subscribed to it, because there'd be no other way. Because every time you click on something like scenes or something, you have that paywall, so it's impossible to see anything. But she said that the kid saw it, full on nudity, sex, and all that. So she's suing Mattel for like $5 million. And even if she was lying about it, to try to, oh well, I need to make make it more grand sounding than what it was. Again, it just shows what happens when you don't do your job. It was supposed to say wickedmovie.com, but instead these kids who are going to this website are being directed to a adult website. And if your parent who gives it to you happens to be subscribed to that website, well, you're just gonna get, this child is gonna get just blasted with titties and dick in their face. And that's a problem. So from the outside looking in, you see it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But it is a big deal. It is a big deal. People say, oh, the kids aren't gonna care enough. Remember when we were younger and there was like some, go on to AOL and go to this website, whatever movie or game or whatever, we did it. You know, and despite how long it took to get on AOL and all that, we did it. These kids who simply just boom, done. So why wouldn't they, when they have a phone or a tablet or something accessible all the time? People need to think about that. Shortly after retailers discovered the misprint, stores everywhere pulled the merchandise from shelves. This include Target, Walmart, and Universal Studios Orlando. Many assumed the dolls would be recalled and shipped again with new packaging. However, someone simply altered the misprint dolls packaging at Universal to cover the website and return them to store shelves. In the post above, you can see the original placement of the website printed on the package. In the image below, you'll see a price sticker and a thin piece of black tape covering the website listing. When you peel the tape back, you'll see the Universal. You see that Universal also crossed out the URL website URL with a black marker. However, it remains visible when you look closely, as shown. Yeah, going above and beyond. Wicked continues. Yeah, don't care. People like the movie. Leads to the question: why did Mattel have to absorb the cost of the misprinted packaging and take responsibility for its mistake? The Barbie and Hot Wheels toy company issued a quick apology after the misprint's discovery. Mattel was made aware of this misprint on the packaging of the Mattel Wicked collection dolls, primarily sold in the U.S., which intended to direct consumers to the official wickedmovie.com landing page. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. As we... I'm sure this was just Universal not shipping them back or whatever, and they just like... Well, I've done my part. But clearly they don't give a crap. Um, Parents are advised that the misprint incorrect website is not appropriate for children. Consumers who already have the product are advised to discard the product packaging or obscure the link and may contact Mattel customer service for further information. Mattel apparently responded to its mistake by obscuring the packaging rather than recalling and re-releasing the product. You know, because recalling when and re-releasing, that would just take too much time and effort. Why do that when you can just... My work here is done. Pack it up, boys. We're going home. But again, people need to see that it... One, I've said before, this is a failure on every level. The checks that this product had to go through, and no one caught this. There are so many checks that this thing has to go through, and not one person, not one higher up, not one individual caught it. Then again, for those people, we're like, oh well, no one's gonna really go. Again, back in the day when we had slow ass internet, you know damn well when there was a promotion for a movie or whatever, like go to Nickelodeon.com, AOL, Nickelodeon.com. You went to it. And that was when we had crappy internet where it took 5 minutes to load a picture. Now these kids have phones and tablets wherever they go. So yeah, it's not unlikely that, they're going to go there. So people need to kind of think about that. Unfortunately, this is a moment of that stupid of someone think of the children. Well, you kind of have to at this point. One, it's a doll directed towards children. and it's got a adult website printed on it that they're not even correcting. Instead, they're just crossing a little bit out with a marker or whatever and putting some black tape on it. Again, it's children. So I mean, if I was a parent, and I don't know how many parents are actually out there who are watching me who bought this for their kid. Are you outraged that this happened? Because again, this had to go through so many checks, and every single person in every department failed miserably. So this woman suing Mattel for like 5 million, and like I said, even if she's embellishing the story a little bit, because again, if you go to the website, there's no full nudity at all. It's all pretty much softcore stuff. So even if she's embellishing it, it's still the fact that children could have been subjected to the full thing simply because Mattel didn't care enough to freaking check it. You design the box, right? You don't just a box doesn't just magically pop out of nowhere. Someone's got to design the box. All the words, all the graphics, everything is specifically designed by a person. That where Wicked.com was, even though it's supposed to be Wicked Movie, someone either the person designed it, put Wicked.com instead of WickedMovie.com, or as they were checking it, they know it was supposed to be Wicked Movie because they have something to compare it to, and not one person noticed that it was an entire word short. Instead of Wicked Movie, it was Wicked, and not one person caught it. So, either way, will somebody please think of the children? So, and it's just so lazy. I mean, seriously, what is that? What is that? I've got the very perfect solution. I've got a black marker. I'll go through with all the boxes. I've got a black marker. Yeah, I'm making fun of the guy. I like him, but I'm making fun of him. But like, what is that? I certainly hope the person got paid overtime for that. That's a lot of work. I mean, but anyway, yeah. Let me know if you're a parent who bought this thing for your kid and how you feel. Having this thing lead you to an adult website instead of the actual movie site. But that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.